Hey guys, it's John Dean from Immediate Edge here, and in this video today, now that we've got our WordPress blog set up, we're actually going to spruce it up a bit and we're going to look at different themes and we're going to install a theme on our blog to make it look nice and pretty and a nice place for visitors to come and have a read of our content. So without further ado, let's head on over to the video. Okay, here we are inside of Constructly, and you can see here's the sites that I've got set up on my account. And what we're going to do is we're going to install a new theme on the blog that we installed earlier. And in order just to talk about what a theme actually is and the different layouts of themes, I'm actually going to go to the website. So I'm going to come and click on this link here that says rain.co, which will take me across to the blog that we installed. And you can see the layout of the theme that's the default theme that's installed. You see we've got the title at the top with a description of the blog underneath and a search box, and then we've got this massive picture here. And all of this area, which is in the header section, is actually pushing all of the content down the page. And if it goes too far down the page, then it becomes what's known as below the fold, which is from an old newspaper term of when you fold the newspaper in half. Ideally we want the content to be a bit higher up, and this is a nice pretty theme, but it might not be best for our viewers when they come to the site. So if I scroll down a bit, you'll see we've actually got the main content area, and this theme that's installed is a 2-column layout. The first column is a wide column where the content is and the blog posts. You'll see there's just a default blog post there which is called Hello World. And then the second column is a narrower column, which is a right sidebar, which is a sidebar on the right hand side. You can also get 2-column layouts, which are has the sidebar on the left hand side and the content on the right. The other types of layout we have are a single column, which will have no sidebar, and it will just be the main content all the way down the page that will spread all the way across. We can also have 3 column layouts, which will have ordinarily it will have a sidebar on the left, the content in the middle, and then another sidebar on the right hand side. Now I personally prefer this type of layout, which is a 2-column. I think that if you've got more stuff on the page, it becomes harder to read and it's not as helpful for the viewer of your website. That's personal opinion. Obviously you need to test these things for yourself. So you know, this is an okay theme, but ideally I'd like a different theme that doesn't have the content halfway down the page. I want the content to be starting pretty much where this picture is at the top of the page. So in order to go and find a theme, you need to log into the WordPress dashboard, and the easiest way to do this, if you go to Constructly and then click on the login button, it will automatically take you through to your WordPress dashboard page, which you can see here that says welcome to your new WordPress site. Now if we come across to the left hand side, you'll see there's a menu called Appearance, and when I hover over it, you'll see I get an option for themes. So if we click on the themes link, we'll then go through to the themes that are installed on your site. Now at the moment you'll see at the top it says the current theme is the 2011 theme by the WordPress team, and that's the default one that's installed when you install your blog. And then below, on lower down the page, you'll see the available themes that you've got installed that you can activate instead of the default one. And the one that's currently installed in the available themes is the 2010 theme, which is the previous one by the WordPress team. Now I don't want to use the 2010 theme either. I want to have a little browse around the different themes that are available to us. So WordPress makes it really easy, and if we come across to the top, you'll see there's 2 tabs. There's Manage Themes, which are the ones that we have installed, and then there's Install Themes, where we can go and browse for different themes. So if you click on Install Themes, you'll see now we get some options. In fact, the thing at the top, you'll see there's a few links that says Search, Upload. You might have got a theme from a different website and stored it on your computer, in which case you can upload it. And then we've got Featured, so these are the ones that are featured by the WordPress team. Newest, which obviously are the newest, and recently updated. Those are ones that are already on the theme website, and they've had an update in order to make them more compatible with whatever changes have happened. So you can actually click on these if you want, Featured, Newest, or Recently Updated. And if we click on Featured, so it'll take us through to the featured themes, and you get a little thumbnail picture of what the theme kind of looks like. And then if we scroll down below it, it gives you the title, we get an install link and a preview link, and then it gives you a bit of description about what the theme has within it. And if we have a look at the page lines one, for instance, on the second, it says a responsive drag and drop platform for professional websites based on HTML5 and CSS3. These tend to be a bit salesy because obviously the people who give these free themes away normally have maybe a premium theme that they might want you to buy, and some themes are just themes that people enjoy doing them, so they put them out there. If we want to see what these themes look like, we can just click on the preview link. So if I click on this preview link here, you'll see it goes full screen, and it gives you a preview of what this theme actually looks like. Now this theme is a nice theme, the page lines theme, but it's not ideal for what I want to use it for on Dan's blog that we've set up. So I'm just going to click on the little X in the top left corner to get rid of this preview window. And we can actually carry on having a look at these themes. We just scroll down the page and have a look at them, see if there's any that catch our eye that we want to have a further look at. Now I've actually got in my mind, I'm going to go back to search, because what I actually want for this blog is something that is maybe a sort of blue colour and something that is 2 columns. So I'm going to check the box of 2 columns, and I want the sidebar to appear on the right hand side. So I'm going to come across and check this box of right sidebar. And you can see there's a lot of options we can choose here to narrow down our... In fact, I'm going to take blue off. I'm just going to leave it as 2 columns with a right sidebar. And then when we click on this Find Themes button, it will go away and it will find all the themes that are in the repository that have been tagged as 2 columns with a right sidebar. So if I click on Find Themes, you'll see it's come through with all the ones that are tagged as 2 columns with a right sidebar. And then if we look up at the top right, you'll see there's 235 themes, and they're spread over 7 pages, and we're on page 1 at the moment. So again, we can scroll down and take a look at any of these themes that we want, and if there's any that sort of catch our eye, like this one here, has got a bit of tech. There's an iPhone and a mouse. So if we click on the preview link to see what it looks like, we can see, yeah, there's at the top is like a bit of a Mac keyboard, and then an iPhone, and it's not the best theme I've ever seen. It's okay, but as you look at the theme previews, you'll see it shows you how each heading is going to look, heading 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, how the paragraph is going to look, if there's a bulleted list or a numbered list, how they're going to look, what a form will look like. So you can actually get a full good idea of what this theme will look like as you sort of develop your site over time. And use all the different things, like if you integrated a table, for instance, or scroll down, if you used a block quote and wanted to quote somebody, that's how it would appear with these double quotes. So you get a good idea from the previews on how the theme is going to look. I'm not going to choose that one, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to scroll through a bit more. And if you remember back to a few moments ago, I said I didn't want a huge image at the top of the page. You'll see this sort of pinky one here. That's, again, it's got another huge image at the top, which I think is quite distracting and takes away from the actual content. To each their own, really. I mean, whatever works for you. Let's see. I'm going to go on to page 2, just have a browse around. See if there's anything that jumps out. This one isn't too bad, this M flat. Let's have a look at the preview there. You'll see the header area is quite short, it's got a little design there, so a little bit of flair. It's quite nicely laid out with the 2-tone grey on the right, separating the 2 columns. All of these things on the right hand side where we've got a calendar and category, you can change those in the widgets area. You don't necessarily have to have a calendar there, but I quite like this layout here, worth 1,000 words. It's got a little menu across the top. We can see how the different headings are going to work, and the paragraph's nicely spaced, about 1.5 or 2 lines there. Forms just look quite standard. Quite like the block quote that's a grey. So I quite like this this theme. I think I'm going to install that. So I'm just going to click on the little red little X in the top left corner to close the preview, and then all I need to do is come to the preview link here. The install link. I've just previewed it, obviously. Click on the install link here and it will actually install. You see it's popped up with a box saying do we want to cancel or do we want to install it. So I'm going to choose install now, and this will install the theme. onto your WordPress installation. It's not actually activated. You'll see we've got preview, activate and return to theme installer. If I just come across to the left hand side where we've got our appearance menu, I'm going to click back on themes so I can show you where it is. On the manage themes page, you'll see we've still got our current theme as the 2011 theme, but now down in the available themes you see we've got this new one that we've just installed. And if we click on the preview link now, it will actually preview it using the content off our blog. So you'll see now it actually says Dan Rain. This is my place where I discuss iPad app development and other good techie stuff. It slightly goes over the image there. I'm not too concerned about that. And then you can see this is what the blog post looks like with the actual content. There's not much content on the site at the moment, just the default stuff because we've only just installed it. And then the right column you'll see we've got these widgets showing the recent comments, recent posts and so on. One word of warning, if you're going to use any themes off the internet, you normally find that the free themes have a link back to the theme designer's website, and this appears normally in the footer. Now this is perfectly fine, it's perfectly decent attribution, and if we have a look down here in the bottom right, you'll see this is the footer area, and I'm not sure how well you can read it because it's sort of grey on grey, but you'll see it's got the name of the site, Dan Rain, and then it says powered by WordPress, and if you hover over that WordPress, it's actually a link to the WordPress site. And the theme is by MFlat, and that is a link back to the designer's website. Now that is perfectly fine, but you tend to find some, not necessarily the themes that are on the WordPress org repository, which is what we're looking at here. But if you download a theme from a different theme website, you might find that there's some links in here that go to maybe insurance or free casino or betting or somewhere like that. Now, if you find one of those links in a theme, you probably want to move on to another theme because it means they're putting little spammy links into the footer area, and it's not something you ideally want in your site. But as I say, the majority, if not all of them, that are on the WordPress.org repository, which is what we're tapping into when we click on that search for themes inside the WordPress dashboard, the only links they'll normally have are a link back to WordPress and also a link to the theme designer, and no spammy links at all. But just double check them before you put them on your site to make sure that you're not actually linking to some casino or insurance or holiday website or something that's a bit out of the ordinary. So that's the theme. I'm quite like it. So I'm going to close this preview and I'm going to click on activate. So the activate link is just here. And now I've clicked on activate. You'll see at the top in the current theme area, it's now this MFlat theme. So I'm going to go back to the website that's live and I'm going to reload this page because this was open before. So now when I reload it, you'll see there is the theme, and that's much better as far as I can see because the content is much higher up the page. And that's that's how easy it is to find a theme using WordPress and install a theme on your site. It's just a few clicks of a button. You can have a full preview of what it looks like before you put it live, and you can make sure that you're happy with it. So your action step for this video is to log into your WordPress dashboard, go to appearance and then themes, and then go and find a suitable theme for your site, something that looks nice, something that fits well, and install it on your site and get it live. And then once you've done that, we'll be good to go, and we'll see you in the next video.